It's been 845 days since the USD Bitcoin exchange rate has made its previous all-time high of right around 69,000. And that's a lot of days. That's a lot of days. And it's almost hard to find even something to say because we knew this was going to happen. Like, we knew that that the exchange rate could recover and reach a new all-time high. We knew it. We knew. That's how Bitcoiners know that it can happen. And it's always a little bit of an open question. It's always a little bit of an open question, especially when you're like very beaten down and the exchange rate has gotten really beaten up, for sure. But what's so weird is that I've like, this weird like confidence sets in that you know it's gonna happen. And I think because like USD is such a bad measuring stick. Like, that's what's so interesting about it. I've been catching myself lately realizing, like, to a lot of people, Bitcoin is kind of just like every other investment. Just like all investments are the same. Like the stock market, real estate, crypto, and Bitcoin. It's just kind of all like, oh, that's investing. That's investing, right? And so the whole thing of, oh, this investment is doing really well, like, they all are doing well. Like, everything is going up priced in USD. Even non-investments are going up priced in USD because that's what things do. When you price things in USD, the amount of USD needed to purchase them continues to get higher and higher. So that's a truism that I just walk around with all the time. Like, that's just a default thing that's in my head all the time, is that things go up priced in USD. And so I don't think that lens is not there for every other person. So when I say like Bitcoiners knew this was going to happen, that's where that's coming from. Of like, it's not a question of if, it is a question of when, because like dollars are purchasing less and less of everything. Homes, Bitcoin, grocery, again, of everything. And that's not, and I'm not saying that from a hyperbolic space. Like, I've referenced this a few times. Like, I really like Jim Bianco, and I really like how his macro economic outlook. And he talks about like, he's like, I'm not talking about 8, 9, 10% Zimbabwe inflation. He's like, I'm talking about 3 to 4%, 3 to 4%, and just like this constant 3 to 4% inflation. And even when you listen, like the Federal Reserve is targeting 2% inflation. So even 2%, call it whatever you want, call whatever number you want, somewhere between 2 and 10. Like, dollars purchase less goods and services over time structurally. That's how Bitcoiners knew that Bitcoin exchange rate to USD was going to hit another all-time high again. That's how we knew that, because dollars structurally purchase less and less goods over time. That's what they're invented to do. That's them performing as coded, as created, like according to the rules, like according to how USD works. It's invented to purchase less and less goods over time. And Bitcoiners have chosen to say, yeah, that sucks and is dumb. That sucks and is dumb. Why in the world are we using something as money that structurally is created to purchase less and less things over time? So you're telling me that I should be diligent and save and work and invest and do it, but the unit that I'm supposed to use as my base unit structurally loses money. That's like, fill in any sort of analogy you want to fill in there. Let's go with a bucket analogy right now, okay? You're telling me that I should be filling up this bucket with water, but you're handing me a bucket that has a hole in it. And you're telling me that, yeah, you should just keep shoveling water in, just keep shoveling water in. No, how about this? How about we fix the bucket? How about that? And then how about it gets filled up with water and now it's full and I don't have to keep shoveling water into it anymore? How about that? That's literally what Bitcoin is saying. And that's why it's a better currency and a better money. Money has received a software upgrade, so we don't have to use the one that structurally gets less and less purchasing power over time. That's what I love so much about Bitcoin, is that all investments benefit from what I'm saying about the USD and how USD operates as far as it purchases less and less things over time, devalues itself over time. All investments benefit from the dollar devaluing itself over time. Bitcoin is no different than that. But Bitcoin is seeking to replace that. Like Bitcoin is seeking to change that once and for all. Other investments don't fix that. They just benefit from the USD devaluing over time. Bitcoin is looking to fix that, to replace that, to upgrade that in service for everyone. And then here's some things that could happen when that switch is made. Then things that are both like have utility value and investment value. Let's go with homes, for example. I just go straight to homes. People are using interior square footage as a store of value instead of holding money. So instead of holding dollars, they're holding interior square footage as investment because interior square footage goes up very, very fast relative to the dollar devaluing, okay? By me participating in that good investment, that's not solving anything for anyone. By me buying Bitcoin, by me switching my base money from dollars to Bitcoin, I'm benefiting from Bitcoin exchange rate to USD going up quickly because of the dollar devaluing. But I'm also making a vote and making a financial switch with my time and energy and labor saying that this form of money is better, is physically better. And when the money itself increases in purchasing power instead of decreases with purchasing power, it's going to remove the investment pressure driving up home prices, and that is going to open up space in the market for more people to be able to achieve the utility of owning a home, okay? That's an example. And you want to nitpick at the exit, like at the edges? Sure. And you want to extrapolate how many years, blah, blah, all that stuff. But structurally, what's happening is people are, things that are utilities are increasing. Let's even just say food. Like food goes up in price measured in USD because the USD devalues. If you have money that doesn't devalue itself, it doesn't structurally devalue itself, then the same amount of currency units should be able to purchase more and more food over time. It should be the opposite effect. When money doesn't devalue itself, units of that money can purchase more and more goods and services over time instead of less and less goods and services over time. What I like though is that you don't have to speculate on like how it's going to change in the future because it's changing in real time right now. Like it is person by person. When you switch from dollars to Bitcoin, it is having an impact on your life right now. I think too much of the time, Bitcoiners can get stuck really talking about the future and really projecting really, really deep into the future with kind of like, successive, bets or opinions that get like shakier and shakier. And that's fun. Like it's fun to dream way about the future. But what's also exciting is being like reasonably certain in this kind of like medium to near term, which is why we all knew that 845 days ago. And now we're still going to break it. And we know all-time high is coming right now.